Welcome to the Sheriff's Perspective, where we explore the many important services of the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office. Learn more about sheriff sales, court orders, civil enforcement, and much more on the Sheriff's Perspective with your host, Sheriff Rochelle Bilal.
Hello, everybody listening in. Welcome to the Sheriff Perspective. I'm Sheriff Rochelle Bilal, your host. Last month, we tackled our civil enforcement unit, where we explained the functions of this department to enforce a variety of court orders. The court orders included writ of executions, writ of possessions, service process, tax liens, complaints, summons, subpoenas, protection from abuse orders, and other court orders on the behalf of the sheriff's office. I'm glad that you're back, because today we're going to take a deeper dive or deeper look at our warrant unit, where the sheriff fugitive unit works hard to get violent criminals off the streets. This unit enforces protection from abuse orders, child support, bench warrants, and more. With me today, as my special guest, is Inspector Nicole Nobles, who runs the warrant unit for the sheriff's office. While I know Inspector Nobles as a nice person, be advised that she takes her responsibility seriously, and I wouldn't want to be in her most wanted list. Just letting y'all know. Welcome, Inspector Nobles.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Can you tell our audience how you came into law enforcement?
Oh, well, first I started at the prisons, and from there I switched over to the sheriff's office. And when I first came here, that's all I wanted to do was get on the warrant unit. So I was able to reach my goal, come to the warrant unit, and I've been here for most of my career.
Well, I'm glad that you're here in the warrant unit, and I appreciate you moving up the ranks.
Yes.
So we're gonna give it into the questions of the audience. So we do this as sheriff's perspective so people can get an idea of exactly what it is that we do. Most people don't know. And so the warrant unit is called one of those specialty units within the sheriff's office. And it's very taxing work, and it's dangerous work. So can you tell us about the different types of work handled by the warrant unit at the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office?
Yes, well, I could start by going through a list of different warrants. We do bench warrants, failure to appear warrants. We arrest from other jurisdictions. We do FOJs, which is fugitive justice warrants, SCARFAR warrants, child support warrants. We do child custody warrants. We do custody orders. We also do judicial threats. We deal with clean pickups, which is if another county have picked someone up that is wanted for Philadelphia, and then we go pick them up. We also do background checks for other law enforcement, and we deal with house arrest, which is a judicial body warrant. We also maintain the probation building, security for probation.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes.
For a warrant unit. That's basically tell us again, those are the type of warrants that we do. When you say, let's get into one of the warrants that you mentioned. Was it FJD warrants?
Yes. So that would be a judicial body warrant. And if someone's on house arrest, then we're the ones that will come pick you up. And that means that somehow you violated your house arrest, and now they've issued a judicial body warrant, and we come to get you. Yeah.
That reminds me of a song, but I'm not going to sing it. As to what the warrants doing when they come to get you.
Yeah.
All right. So periodically, the Philadelphia Sheriff Office conducts large-scale initiatives to take individuals with outstanding warrants off the streets.
Yes.
Can you share some details about some of the work warrant unit does in preparation for these law enforcement actions?
Yes, it's a lot. So first we go through finding out what other agencies would like to be involved. Then we determine which warrants we would like to serve, which is usually a high profile warrants. On those warrants, we need to find out everything about their criminal history. We look up their driver's license to see maybe if they have a new address. We also like to review our own records to find out if we've been to those addresses before and what exactly happened at those addresses. We like to find out if it's children occupying the addresses or animals. Also, we like to do drive-bys on the location. That's just to make sure that we could get around the back of the location, even if the location is still there. You know, in Philadelphia, you know, you have a building up one day and the next day it's gone. So we need to do drive-bys on the location. We also look for a staging location because it would be so many agencies that's involved that we need somewhere like a parking lot or something to hold the roll call to disperse that information.
That's a good point right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what are the other agencies do the warrant unit work with?
Oh, okay. So we work with the Bureau of Investigation. We work with the FBI. We work with state police. We work with the juvenile warrant unit. We work with the police department.
So the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office work with all that collaboration and put all of that together.
Yes.
And then
yes.
y'all go out into the streets. I think the initiative, last one was Operation Takedown.
Yes, yes, yeah.
And so therefore you go serve all of the warrants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, some people try to put a number on the warrant unit. Like y'all only did this amount of warrants, y'all only did that amount of warrants. What they don't know is that you serve warrants and sometimes the people are not there.
Right.
And so if you don't get an arrest, it's not like you didn't do it. You're not like you didn't attempt to find them. But see, they try to make the community believe that we're not doing our job. So on the average, let's just take 30 days stretch.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do deputies go out to serve warrants, or how many warrants do they serve in a month?
In a month.
It's an estimate.
Let's say, we would say, oh gosh, maybe 300 warrants in a month. Yeah.
And that's the different warrants that we get into our office from all over. That come
all over, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's just for the people that try to put out what they think we don't know, actually what it is that we do.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna move on to the next question. How important is collaboration with other law enforcement agencies, such as the Philadelphia Police Department, District Attorney's Office, for the work the warrant unit does on a day-to-day basis? How important?
It's very important. It's essential for public safety. Having a relationship helps all agencies involved work efficiently. We can pool our resources together to prevent and combat criminal activity. We all have the same goal in mind, and that's just to clean up the streets of Philadelphia. Also, manpower is low. So collaborating, helps a lot with manpower. It's just not us, it's every agency across, America. So collaborating helps a lot.
So don't we still have don't we have a collaborative effort going on now?
Yes, we do. Yes. We work with the Philadelphia Police Department and also juveniles.
so that we're aggressively out there doing our job right along with all the other agencies.
Yes, and that collaboration is every week, once a week.
I've never said it before. I want to thank you for the work that you're doing.
Thank you. Yes.
Because I appreciate that. And this sheriff's perspective is basically set up so that everybody would know exactly what it is that we do. People can talk about what it is that they think we do, but they actually don't know.
Right.
Problem comes in that most people don't even know all the work that we do here. And so that's why the sheriff perspective is up and going, because we want to let everybody know exactly what it is that we do. And I
Right.
appreciate you coming on. I'll get into the next question. Do the sheriff deputies in the warrant unit have specialized training or procedures they need to follow to perform their duties?
Yes. We have training with first everyone goes to Penn State. And get past that, you have to go through a run. If you pass the agility test, which is a mile and a half, then you'll interview with me. Once you interview with me, if you have the right temperament, the right attitude, then you'll be able to get into the warrant unit. We have things like patrol rifle training, room entry training. We deal with shields, so we needed to do ballistic shield training, TAC med training, and CIT training, which is crisis intervention training.
So when they say the sheriff's office warrant unit, and most deputies get to go up to Penn State for 19 weeks, that's one of the things that we're looking into for 19 weeks or 5 days a week. So we'll keep working in that area. So in reference to the specialized training, do the deputies in the warrant unit receive de-escalation training or other types of training to help them take individuals into custody without incident in situations where that is appropriate?
Yes. So we do de-escalation training. Just last year with our typical updates, we had de-escalation training. We also did the crisis intervention training, which that's really, really needed because a lot of people who are in distress and we may come in contact with have mental health. And that helped the deputies cope with dealing with someone with mental health. So, and then any incident that we have or a warrant that we go out on, we always debrief. And when we debrief, I like to say, okay, we could have did better here, or, maybe you could have handled it in a different way, or just for kudos, because when you do let them know, okay, this was handled perfectly, and the next time I would like the whole group to handle the same incident if we ever had it the same way. So besides, the training that we get, just, the collaborative circle of information that we have with each other is a great way and tool to de-escalate things.
That's excellent. That keeps situations that may occur, that may get out of hand down.
Yes.
That's really concerned. Okay. So how important are tips or help from members of the community in performing the work of the warrant unit?
Well, it's very helpful because a lot of times when you have tips, they have personal information about these individuals. So, our warrant only stops at what address is on the warrant. If the address isn't on the warrant, then we can't go to an address. But we may have family members that will call in and give us a tip on where they're at. Again, who's in the house? Is there any animals in the house? And all this type of information makes it safe for everyone when we could get this information. That way, we won't come in there and not know what's going on already. So when we get tips from the public, It's just an easier and faster way and safer to get someone off the streets.
So the warrant unit has a new what you call warrant website.
Yes.
Tell
yes.
us about that.
So we developed a website where people can write in tips. All the time someone might not want to call, even though they could say that they're anonymous on the phone, it still may feel better to call, write in a tip and give us information. We also do a priority list. So someone where we may have came into a dead end, you can go to this website, look at these pictures, and let us know, oh, this is, my friend or cousin Dan, and he really needs to come off the street. He's been into drugs or whatever, reason you would like to give this tip. And that's a safe way that you can give us the tip anonymously, and we could get this person off the streets.
So that warrant website that's just been introduced, how does that help you in managing your deputies as far as that is concerned? No, let me put it this way. I know we tell people to go to that to the warrant unit tip line because most people don't even know that people are wanted.
Right.
And so I'm saying to folks, look, before you let people in your house, before you get all booed up with somebody that you don't really know,
yes,
that you need to go check that warrant unit website to make sure that they are not wanted, because like I've been saying, you don't want this smoke up in your house. You don't
exactly. So they can go on there and look at the pictures and see if it's, a new friend you're dealing with or anything like that. You're dating somebody, you don't know much about them. That would be the website to go to. Let me look on here, find out if this guy is on here. Everybody on social media dating people, and they might not be related or know anyone you know. So this is another way you can investigate, who you're dealing with. Yes.
That's what I call a legal background check.
Yes.
So for our listening audience, because we know that this is real, this is the sheriff perspective. If you know me, we're gonna keep it real.
Yes.
That when you are all trying to get all booed up, that might be one of the places you want to check.
Yes.
Whether it be male or female, to make sure that they are not wanted, because at some point you do not want this smoke coming up in your house. You do not want us there. So we want you to make sure that they're safe in that aspect. But I say take your time anyway, because you never know anybody. But this is the way to help you out. But this is also a way to get people off that street that can hurt our communities, hurt our babies, hurt our adults, hurt anybody. If they wanted, what you don't want them to be is on the streets committing other crimes to hurt other people. So we say, go to phillysheriff.com, check out our warrant unit website, and see if you know one of them. And if you do, let us know. Let us come get them off the street. Summer's coming, and we want to make sure that people not out there committing crime that can hurt you, me, or anybody else in your family. So we're going to get into one more before we have to go to a break. As a leader of the warrant unit, what would you say about the type of culture you work to create among deputies in your unit?
Positivity. I mean, a positive workplace leads to so many things. It improves teamwork, it increases efficiency. Positivity supports an easier learning environment. An easier learning environment means less mistakes to be made, and we have room for a little error, and we have a big responsibility being the arm of the court and just keeping the public's trust. So. And making sure the public is safe. So positivity.
Okay. So in the warrant unit, it's like I would say family atmosphere, but very professional.
Very professional. And it's always making sure and reminding and them to make sure we go over our policy and procedures, being respectful to people, no matter what their issue is. We're not here to judge people. We're here to get them to their next destination. So, yes.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate that, because that keeps people knowing what the warrant unit is about.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say warrant unit, you knock on the door. I'm gonna give a little scenario. Nobody answers. Do you immediately just take the door? Like, they got on TV, we just take the door.
No, absolutely not. So it is very a line where I'm going to take a door, and 9 times out of 10, we're not just taking the door. We actually have to see the individual in the house who we feel like is definitely that individual. I mean, that's the only time we're going to take the door. Otherwise, we're not just taking the door. We're trying to talk the person outside. We rather not just be breaking up doors, and anybody could be in the house. It could be an old woman scared in the house. So no, we're not just taking doors.
Could be a senior women.
Senior. Yes, senior woman.
So real quick, what's the age? Let me say, how did the warrant unit deal with the age of everybody has a camera? Everybody has a Ring camera, a Vivid security camera, all kinds of cameras at the door, and those that want to have cameras too. How do you manage that?
For one thing, we're doing the right thing. We out there, we're doing the right thing. So it's nothing to hide. And you just have to get used to people putting up cameras, filming. We can't be worried about asking somebody to put a camera down and we in front of a door anyway. Our attention needs to be drawn to where it needs to be, and we need to keep it professional and get our job done, get in and get out. We're not worried about no cameras.
See, when cameras are everywhere, and when you're not worrying about and you're doing the right thing and you're doing your job correctly,
exactly,
and the cameras can basically help you. Because people can say whatever they want to say, but that camera right there, don't lie. It tells what people are doing and what they're saying in any given moment. Because the ages of cameras is everywhere, because they are. Mm-hmm. So when I go up to the police academy and we do our Steer Straight program under the Guardian Civic League, we talk about cameras are everywhere. And so I say to them, you need to jump out of your car, or like you on Candy Camera, like, here I am.
All right.
And the camera will see you. And then when people talk about, I'm recording, you say, thank you very much. I need you to do that. Mm-hmm. So that it can help me, because I'm standing here talking to you very calmly and trying to do my job.
Right.
So cameras are everywhere. Deputies know of that. But what we do know that some people that are doing things that are not right have cameras too. And so try to prevent you from coming in that house. All right, so we get ready to go and take a quick commercial break. And then we'll come back and we'll continue to talk with Inspector Nobles, who is over the Sheriff Department Warrant Unit. We'll be right back.
Get registered and bid at the upcoming tax sheriff sale on Friday, May 10th, held online at bidforassets.com/Philadelphia. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office at 215-686-3560. The Philadelphia Sheriff's Office presents the second annual Autism and Neurodiversity Resource Fair and Family Fun Day, Saturday, April 27th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We are partnering with Labor's Local 57, the Salvation Army, and many others to have a day of resources and fun for the entire family. This event will have an open panel discussion on autism, resource tables, moon bounce, refreshments, first responder vehicles, face paint, and much more. Thank you to our community partners, Caring for Friends, Philadelphia Zoo, Autism Rec, CHOP, Wawa, Independence Blue Cross, City of Philadelphia Open Arms Home Care, Mercy Truck, SPIN, Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities, Drexel University Autism Institute, Temple University Institute on Disabilities, Share Food Program, Jefferson Center for Autism and Neurodiversity, and the Sheriff's Office deputies and community outreach team at the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office. For more information, contact our office at 215-683-4805. We invite you to get registered and bid at the upcoming Mortgage Sheriff Sale held online at bidforassets.com/Philadelphia. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office at 215-686-3560 or visit our website at phillysheriff.com.
Welcome back to the Sheriff Perspective. Let me give out that number in case you want to call and access any questions or relate to any situations that we need to know about. You can give us a call at 215-634-8065, 215-634-8065. And we're here on WURD 900 AM, Philadelphia. That Black Talk radio station that we all love. So let me get back. I got another question for you before we get to the lines for people to call in. What are some of the goals of the warrant unit over the next 2 to 4 years?
Well, we would love to get drone training. That would help out a lot with these tight alleyways and backyards, and in the safety of the officers. Also, we would like to go to the airport. That's probably the only entity where we're not at, and I think that would be a good look for us to be stationed at the airport. The third thing would be to have a part of the warrant unit that's just dedicated to PFAs with warrants. We get so many PFAs with warrants that I feel like it would just be a good idea to have just a section of the warrant unit who's just working on that, 24 hours a day.
That's protection from abuse orders?
Yes.
I'm looking into them drones because we've been upgrading, excuse me. We've been upgrading different systems within the sheriff's office, and the drones, since that we really do need to get in that. So thank you for that information. So while we're fighting over our budget, we'll have that conversation.
Yeah.
We need to get drones to make sure people be safe, but because we are a collaborative effort, our deputies are in what other agencies that we work with.
Mm-hmm.
We have a deputy in.
Oh, we have a deputy in BNI. We also have a deputy in DIVIC, and then we have a deputy in FBI.
So BNI. What's BNI? What agency is that?
Bureau of Intelligence.
And that's under who?
That's under the DA's office.
DA's office or the Attorney General's office?
Attorney General's office. Sorry. And then we have a deputy who's in the FBI. And then we have one who's Delaware Valley of Communication Intelligence. That's the DIVIC.
Okay. So the people know that the sheriff's, there's 2 law enforcement agencies right here in the city, but you have the FBI, you have DEA, you have
Right.
But the main 2, you have the police department, which their responsibility is patrol and investigations. in the neighborhoods in the city. Our responsibility is the courts, and we deal with the warrants all over. So they know that there's two law enforcement agencies. You have the sheriff, which is the sheriff for the city and the county, and you have the Philadelphia Police Department, which is the police department in patrol in the cities. Our
Right.
range go further than just the city because we are a city/county agency.
Correct. Correct. Mhm.
All right, Nobles, we want to thank you for coming on, but I'm going to talk about a little bit that the fact when we talked about the warrant unit website, which is part of the phillysheriff.com, any of this you can go to phillysheriff.com and you can get all this information. You get anything that we do and any response to any thing that come at us, we respond to it on our website. And it helps people if you go to our website because we put all our information out in the open on the phillysheriff.com. And you can always send us an email when you go onto phillysheriff.com, and we have the warrant unit interactive. That means if you want to give a tip, that's why we announced it. So I'm going to say it again. I'm pleased to announce the launch of the new feature on our website that allows the public to submit tips that may aid in the capture of known criminal suspects. This new feature is part of our commitment to community policing and keeping our city safe. To submit a tip, simply visit our website, phillysheriff.com. You can submit a tip button. You can provide as much or as little information as you're comfortable with, but please include as many details as possible, such as suspect name, physical description, known associations, and any known locations where they may be found. All tips will be reviewed by our investigators and kept confidential. But I say it again, kept confidential. If you choose to provide your contact information, we may follow up with you for more information. I want to thank the public for their continued support in keeping our city safe by submitting tips, because we are being informed. You are helping us to remove dangerous criminals from the streets and make Philadelphia a better place for everyone. So let me announce the autism detail. We have an autism detail that we came up with. And the decal is to ensure we don't have any misunderstanding with community people or anybody. If letting people know that you have a autistic child or someone on the spectrum, either in the car with you or at your house, then police will know how to react. Because people that are autistic or on the spectrum tend to not do, like, if you got a gun on you, they may try to reach for it because they, curious or not knowing. If you're in the car, they may say things and not to be disrespectful, but they're autistic, and by police and deputy sheriffs being trained on autistic children or anybody in the spectrum, so they'll know how to adapt. Our deputies know how to adapt. They know about the autistic decal and what it does.
Correct.
So we're saying that when you come out to any of the events that we are, that's the decal. If you're autistic, you need to sign up for. So the police, law enforcement would know that we have somebody autistic in a car or at home, and therefore no misunderstandings will erupt, and they know how to handle autistic children and or those that are on the spectrum. Not necessarily handle, they know how to accommodate them. And that's what we do with artistic. So we're always looking for new things. So if anybody have any questions, don't forget to give us a call, 215-634-8065. We on WURD, WURD 900 AM, and it's the Sheriff Perspective. We get ready to go into another break. We keep going to take some questions. I think we're going to take a few questions here.
Hi, Sheriff. This is Amy from West Philadelphia.
Hi, Amy. Welcome to the Sheriff Perspective.
Thanks so much. I'm so excited about what you guys are doing in the fugitive warrant unit. I've been seeing a lot of progress in there, and I just wanted to call and say thank you to you and your team and Inspector Nobles, for leading the charge.
Well, thank you so much for at least going on our website and noticing some of the things that we have incorporated in the Sheriff's Office. We appreciate your call. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Amy.
Do we have another call on the line?
Hey, Sheriff, this is Ellen in Germantown, doing a great job, you and the inspector. Can you tell us that if we come out to your events, can we actually get a decal, the autism decal when we come out, or when we sign up, they're going to send it to us? How does that work?
Well, when you come out to any of our events, we don't give just the decal out just to anybody.
Okay.
You have to be able to sign up for it and send in confidential information that we don't give out to anyone. And then we can send the decal to you or to your home, wherever you want us to send it to. And so that therefore you can get to post it. But we have that information at every event that we go out to. And so if you know somebody or yourself, just come on out and we'll make sure you get the paperwork and you can start filling it out. And then you can get this decal for yourself or your family member.
And also, Sheriff, Madam Sheriff, does your show's coming on every month, ma'am?
Yes, our show come on the third Saturday of each month from 3 to 4 p.m. And it's called the Sheriff Perspective. But if you miss us, we have a YouTube channel that you can go on to and you can, revisit any of the shows that we talked about. Like we just had our civil enforcement show, the third Saturday of last month. And now we have our warrant unit this Saturday of this month of April. And then we'll have another department on the fourth Saturday. And we'll keep doing that. Okay, we got another caller. And thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Stanley from Northeast is calling in. Hi, Stanley. How are you? And thank you for calling the Sheriff Perspective.
How you doing, Sheriff? I have a question. How can I be more prepared when a sheriff deputy comes to my door?
How can you be more prepared?
Well, when we come to your door, first we're knocking. And when we're knocking, we're letting you know while we're there, we're showing you the warrant. And then we ask everyone to, stand to the side so we can go ahead and search your house and then be done with it and get out your way. So the deputy may ask a few questions if that individual has not been here, like when's the last time you seen them? Do you know where they're at? Things of that nature. And most of the time, we're really trying to get in and out and not disturb you any more than we have to.
Does that answer your question, Stanley from Northeast?
That does, and I appreciate everything you do for the city of Philadelphia.
Thank you so much. We do appreciate the fact that you're calling in the WURD and Sheriff Perspective. Thank you so much. Do we have any other callers?
Hi, this is Lacey from Fairmount Park.
Hi, Lacey. Thank you and welcome to the Sheriff Perspective.
Hi, thanks. I'm calling because I just wanted to say I was at your last food giveaway and it was incredible. And I just wanted to say thank you and wanted to know when the next one was.
Oh, thank you so much. And I'm glad that you are seeing us out in the community That's what we want to do. And I thank you for coming to our last one, but we got one coming up soon. We got the Philadelphia Sheriff presents autism, and we're with our partners at the Salvation Army and Local 57. They are partners. It's a resource fair for family and a family and fun day. It's going to be Saturday, April the 27th, 2024, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it's going to be at the Salvation Army Croc Center, 4200 Wissahickon Avenue. And that's going to be Saturday, April the 27th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We incorporated it in as a food giveaway also. So we'll be giving out food, and the resource fair is going to be held on the grounds of the Croc Center with our partners, the Salvation Army. Children's Hospital, Autism, the Zoo, Mercy Truck, Temple, Local 57, Lift, Open Arms, Wawa, Kingdom, Food, Giveaway, Resources, Independent, Blue Cross, Jefferson Center on Autism, Neurology, Autism, and Spin, LCD. We have a whole lot of partners that is partnering with us. It's going to be a big thing. April the 27th. Come to the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office, presents our second annual Autism event resource fair, family and fun day at the Croc Center right there on Wissahickon Avenue, 4200 Wissahickon Avenue. Come on out. We will be there.
Thanks, Chef.
Thank you so much. So we're about to wind down now. Are we still moving on? Any other questions or callers? Okay, we're about to go into another break, and commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Get registered and bid at the upcoming tax sheriff sale on Friday, May 10th, held online at bidforassets.com/Philadelphia. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office at 215-686-3560. The Philadelphia Sheriff's Office presents the second annual Autism and Neurodiversity Resource Fair and Family Fun Day, Saturday, April 27th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We are partnering with Labor's Local 57, the Salvation Army, and many others to have a day of resources and fun for the entire family. This event will have an open panel discussion on autism, resource tables, moon bounce, refreshments, first responder vehicles, face paint, and much more. Thank you to our community partners, Caring for Friends, Philadelphia Zoo, Autism Rec, CHOP, Wawa, Independence Blue Cross, City of Philadelphia Open Arms Home Care, Mercy Truck, Spin, Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities, Drexel University Autism Institute, Temple University Institute on Disabilities, Share Food Program, Jefferson Center for Autism and Neurodiversity, and the Sheriff's Office deputies and community outreach team at the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office. For more information, contact our office at 215-683-4805. We invite you to get registered and bid at the upcoming Mortgage Sheriff Sale, held online at bidforassets.com/Philadelphia. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office at 215-686-3560 or visit our website at phillysheriff.com.
Welcome back to the Sheriff Perspective here on WURD 900 AM. And for those of us who wants to call in, or those of you who want to call in, 215-634-8065, 215-634-8065. I'm here with Inspector Nicole Nobles, who is head of the warrant unit in the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office. And we have been talking about the details of what the warrant unit does, how it does, and the different collaborations that the warrant unit has with the different departments, the city of Philadelphia. I'm going back to Inspector Nobles because I think we're going to get a little more in depth on the question, the person that called in and asked the question about how to be prepared for when the warrant unit comes knocking on your door.
Yeah.
So, Inspector Nobles, you want to elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yes. So, you know, the first thing is to definitely stay calm. We're not there like like it is TV throwing people's faces on the floor or anything like that. Like I said, what we're looking to do is just to get this person into custody safely, have your family safe, and get this person to his next destination, whether it be just going straight to court or they may have to go to the prison to wait for their court date. So, you know, when we come in, you will see officers with shields, a helmet, but that's just for the safety of the officers. It does look scary, but again, we're there to, you know, give you respect and look through your house safely. We're looking for a person. So we're not going through drawers or anything in that nature if that's not the type of warrant it is. We're coming in there, we're going to probably ask you to sit down on the couch. You know, someone will be asking you questions. If they're in the house, just tell us exactly what room they're in. We'll try to call them out. And if they don't come out, then we will have to, you know, go to that room and get them out. But yeah, we're not there for anything like you see on TV. It's like we want to do a safe recovery of this person, get them into the van or the car and be about our way. So it looks scary, but it really isn't.
And so when people are talking about protection from abuse orders, when we say PFAs, so when you have protection from abuse order, when there is a gun involved, what's that process?
Oh, when they have a protection from abuse order, they have to turn in their weapon. A lot of times we'll take their weapon right then and there. Now, if they don't have their weapon with them, we ask them to bring it to 100 South Broad Street to the 5th floor and turn it into the armory. Now, if they're telling us that they sold their weapon or anything of that nature, then you need to come out with the receipt to show that. We have paperwork for you to sign, and that's basically the procedure for that.
How do we work with the police department in reference to that?
The police department, we really are doing all the PFAs. The police department, they may go out and do a PFA, and if they do, there are to let us know, so it don't be like double. We're going, they're going. So we have an MOU with them. We collaborate, and pretty much we're the one who's doing all the PFAs.
So we're saying to people, if you get a protection from abuse order against you, and you have to relinquish your gun or whatever is listed in there as a weapon. Now, most of the time, because people think when they say weapon, the only thing they focus on is that it's a gun.
Right.
Sometimes it could be a knife, it could be a bat, it could be a glass vase.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you used as the weapon is going to be listed on that PFA that has to be turned into us. Now, if it's a gun, that has to be relinquished to the sheriff's office. Now, after the PFA is done, whether it continues on or whether it's thrown out, and the court tells us to give you back your gun, if it's a gun, or tells us to give you back your weapon, then we will basically, you will come back to the sheriff's office with the order from the court at telling us to give you back your weapon. But if that never happens, then at some point we will basically get rid of that weapon. And by doing that, we will burn it or melt it down so that it'll never be used again against anybody. And so those that we call destroyed weapons. We keep weapons for a certain period of time. After a certain period of time, we send them out to be destroyed. And so we don't keep them here forever. So those are the PFAs. So we have the warrant unit doing the PFAs. We have our civil unit basically getting that information and working together on protection from abuse orders, because those are really important because they're domestic situations. And we know how domestic situation can turn out. And so if you got a PFA, you got a warrant, and you have a weapon involved in this, turn your weapons in. Because if you don't, and the Philadelphia Police Department will investigate that and find out that you still do have a weapon, then you're liable for additional arrest and charges. So it's best that you just turn your weapon in and go through the process of the PFA, whatever the outcome it is, whether you get your weapon back, whether you don't get it back, you turned it in and you're not arrested again for violating that act by not relinquishing your gun when you got the PFA. So we want to make sure that you don't get yourself in more trouble. The other things that we do monthly food giveaways. So the one will be in April. You can get all this information on the phillysheriff.com website. Make sure you go to the phillysheriff.com website and you can get all that information. You can get the video or the recording of when we had our civil unit on, Inspector Sean Thornton, who was on telling you about the civil process. This will be up on our website, up our YouTube website, with Inspector Nobles talking about the warrant unit and what it does and how it collaborates with the different law enforcement agencies within the city and the differences. So, Noble, I only been on this job since 2020. How has and so we can get ready to close out, how has the warrant unit increased or been enhanced under my administration?
Well, like I said, now we have shields. So, when I first came to the warrant unit, we didn't have shields or helmets. We were just walking in houses with none of that. Now we have the proper bulletproof vests. We also didn't have that. We have more weapons, which is needed in Philadelphia at this time. Thank God we haven't had to use it, but we have the proper weapons that we need. Things has really been pushing forward. We also have a fingerprint, which we didn't have before. So now we can fingerprint people who may be trying to be deceptive to us. And that moves the process along a little faster because we have a manual fingerprint machine that we can bring in the house. So a lot of improvements.
Okay. So as you can see, the things are moving better when we say here at the sheriff's office, when you know better, you do better. And so therefore the equipment is being increased. Any last words, Inspector Nobles, on your job, the warrant unit, the sheriff's office? Any last words you want to give out to our community as far as any tips that they may want to give to us?
So again, yes, we launched our new website for our top priority. Please go to that website. You also can call in tips. Everything is listed on the website. You can type in tips. So please go to the sheriff's website, look around, see what we have on there. It'll help the safety of Philadelphia. And that's it. Thank you.
And thank you, Inspector Nobles, for being here on the sheriff's perspective, giving the information out about the warrant. So I'll say for the last time, we have our next upcoming event, which is partnership with the Salvation Army, the Sheriff's Office, Local 57, and a group of a lot of organizations that's going to be there. It's a resource fair and family fun day. We're going to different 76ers is a part of this. come on out. It's going to be Saturday, April the 27th, 2024. It's going to be at 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Food giveaway begins at 11. The Salvation Army at the Kroc Center of Philadelphia, 4200 Wissahickon Avenue. And we just got another partner. The FOP just became partners with this. Under the new president, Roosevelt Poplar, are now partnering with us at the autism event. And so they gave us giveaways to give out to the community. So you want to come out on Saturday, the 27th, because they're going to be special guests and giveaways. And our partners are basically helping put all of this on to make sure it's a fun day for everybody. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Sheriff Perspective, the third Saturday of each month. And we will see you next month. Any inquiries, go to phillysheriff.com. Thank you for tuning in. God bless.
Thank you for listening to the Sheriff's Perspective with your host, Sheriff Rochelle Bilal. Tune in every third Saturday at 3 p.m. on WURD and visit phillysheriff.com to learn more about our work in the community. Get registered and bid at the upcoming tax sheriff sale on Friday, May 10th, held online at bidforassets.com/Philadelphia. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office at 215-686-3560. The Philadelphia Sheriff's Office presents the second annual Autism and Neurodiversity Resource Fair and Family Fun Day, Saturday, April 27th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We are partnering with Labor's Local 57, the Salvation Army, and many others to have a day of resources and fun for the entire family. This event will have an open panel discussion on autism, resource tables, moon bounce, refreshments, first responder vehicles, face paint, and much more. Thank you to our community partners, Caring for Friends, Philadelphia Zoo, Autism Rec, CHOP, Wawa, Independence Blue Cross, City of Philadelphia Open Arms Home Care, Mercy Truck, Spin, Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities, Drexel University Autism Institute, Temple University Institute on Disabilities, Share Food Program, Jefferson Center for Autism and Neurodiversity, and the Sheriff's Office deputies and community outreach team at the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office. For more information, contact our office at 215-683-4805. We invite you to get registered and bid at the upcoming Mortgage Sheriff Sale, held online at bidforassets.com/Philadelphia. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office at 215-686-3560 or visit our website at phillysheriff.com.